In the top right here, we'll go into player introductions in a second. I just want to explain the map and get out of the way. In the top right, you can see this timer. Lava will raise in 5 minutes. Basically, every 5 minutes for about 10 seconds, not even 10 seconds, more like 3 or 4 seconds, this middle ground here, this low ground in the middle of the map becomes lava. It just rises up like a campaign from Wings of Liberty. Anything in it dies, except for creep tumors. They do live. I thought they wouldn't for the longest time, but I finally saw someone play it out. So creep tumors do live through it, but I mean, units actually die. Stalkers caught in the middle of the map, a probe trying to put a pylon down, dead. But yeah, so it's going to be a gimmicky map, but a fun map for sure. We saw Show and TLO play an excellent series on this map. I think that went on like half an hour or something. So it's not just a cheese map, guys. Without further ado, let's do the player introductions, though. Spawning in the top left corner of the map from IVD Gaming, IV Drip. It is the Blue Protoss, currently down 2 in his best of 7, Puck. I do want to give a quick shout out to his stream. You guys can watch him streaming the first person point of view. In fact, I would encourage that you go watch him streaming the first point of view. He is, of course, streaming at Twitch TV/Puck.
And on the bottom right was the red Zerg. It is going to be Acer Bly.
I don't know if this is a map where he's really going to get away with his level of aggression because of the way the map cuts off, right? Like, the whole middle part of the map gets completely destroyed and you can't move anything through it.
It's hard to say. If he... Okay, well, that just answered that.
The earlier pool, I should say. Not super early. 13 is actually not a bad number. You don't have to necessarily incorporate speed with it. It of course, can sometimes catch Protoss players off guard. One thing for Puck, though, you take a look at the... there's a very small choke to the main, and it's fine, but this ramp towards the low ground is nothing out of the ordinary, but it's just weird to have all this dead space, like, leading up to that natural ramp.
Yeah. I was going to say before we saw the spawning pool that, you know, you can be aggressive, you just have to time it out really, really precisely. You know, because your aggression hits at apparently 6 minutes, it looks like, well, then you're screwed. Yeah. But any other time, because the lava only lasts like 5 seconds, it's not like it's there for quite a while, then any other time would not be good. It's going to be a Forge Fast Expand again. No, it's not. It's a Gateway Expand. Sorry. It's a Gateway Expand, just putting the Cybernex core up in front. That means that these Lings of Bly are going to get in no problem.
Yeah, we'll see 8 Lings even coming out this time, not just a couple. And Puck scouting this is fantastic, because now you can go for that full wall off. If that probe did not scout, and the 8 Lings just came to his base, you know, surprise, might be dead. I would be honestly shocked if this map didn't encourage the Mutalisks, by the way, just because of that lava mechanic.
Even with the full wall off, he doesn't have anything that shoots long distance, not yet.
Yeah, Soccer's on its way. Mothership Core will be out eventually, but you're right. This shouldn't end the game, but this will buy Puck time, right? Like, that's all he needs, a few extra seconds to get these out.
Yeah, it's just going to do a little bit of damage. Maybe take out a pylon if he's lucky, but, you know, something for the price of, you know, an earlier spawning pool and 8 Lings.
Ooh, but these Lings might not even run past the wall. If they get this Cyber Core, if they cut out Warp Tech, Puck is not going to be too happy about this. But the Mothership Core should be able to get this bag.
Actually, I think it's going to get it with 8 Lings rather than just the 6.
Ooh, it's going to be dicey. He's shooting the Ling that's not on the... Yeah. He's still going to lose it. This is going to be really unfortunate. Warp Tech delayed like this. Oh, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do either.
Oh, hang on, Zombie Grub. You hear that?
Okay, we gotta hype it up. All right,
lava surge is imminent, guys. Middle of the map. Take a look. Bly's gonna try and run these Lings to the high ground real quick, but as we see, lava is rising, and this whole middle of the part is just dead zone. If Bly had stuck out there with his Lings, he would have lost them, so he ran them up north to evacuate them. But you can see precisely how much of this map gets covered. So about like 10 in-game seconds, 5 real seconds, and then it recedes, and in another 5 minutes, we'll have that come up once again. So a gimmicky move, but a cool move nonetheless.
Yeah. Looks like the Cybernex Core was remade behind. I think he actually started remaking it once he was for sure it was going to die. He builds another gateway to block it off. It's really unfortunate that it's delayed his warp gate for quite some time, and not to mention that he has forgotten about it. Ooh. Oh, there we go.
No, just a little bit delayed, of course. His Cybercore finished up at awkward timing. No one's really expecting to start Warp Tech now, but you know, even if he Kronos the heck out of this, you're right. It's incredibly late, so aggression's kind of stinted for Puck, but that's okay for now. You know, maybe the macro game's the way you take Blind. You don't go for that super hyper aggression. One thing's for sure, though, you don't want to have to engage Blind in those air battles. Not again. Not after the first 2 games.
Is Bly going to go for 2-base Muta again?
Does he have all the gas to take? No, he's just now taking the gas. Even if he does, this is going to be it's going to be hard to sustain. No, he cancels the other 2, so that's not going to be the case at all.
Well, why stay on? Oh, there goes a Roach Warren. Is it going to be a Nidus? Because, honestly, if you say, I just killed my opponent's Warp Gate, they're not going to be pushing out. That usually tells a Zerg, I'm gonna be greedy as anything. Like I'm gonna get a third and drone until I, don't care anymore. But with this, it's got to be Bly's trying to end the game early.
Actually, this really reminds me. There's a map back in Wings of Liberty. I talk about this one all the time, and people will be like, "Rifkin, shut the hell up." Bly versus Kerr, exact same opening started here. It's not at all. It's like not out of the question that Puck wins this game, but it's unlikely because look, this is that dead space in the main I was talking about. Puck has no vision over here. I don't think he has any clue that the Nidus Worm is going to come down, and this is going to be a really cool attack, but it's going to be very disheartening for Puck.
Yeah, it's a great map for it. I mean, this is probably even more dead space than the new one, Heavy Rain. Oh, he sees the Overlord. That would just be a suicide.
Yeah, the Overlord's not out of the ordinary. It's this Nidus Worm that's out of the ordinary.
Oh, he doesn't even see it. I'm sorry, he doesn't even see the Overlord. Once that pylon finishes, it will, but that's too late.
No. Puck's got force fields, right? So like he could technically deal with the roaches, but it's not going to be easy. Oh no, he's moving out.
Around the Nidus.
Oh god, if Bly waits till the lava comes up. Nidus Worm is revealed. Second Nidus Worm coming down immediately. Puck has got to turn around and go home, but he's just going across the map. Gonna try and meet up with the Mothership Corps, maybe go for a recall, perhaps? I don't know, but his base is compromised at this point. Second Nidus Worm gonna come down in seconds time, so cleaning this up, not gonna be an easy task, and Ling's getting to the main mineral line. Roach is gonna sort of protect the Nidus Worm. We even got Spine Crawlers coming down for Static D. What the heck? Puck, in the meantime, looks to be going full bore. Yeah, he's got the sentries and the stalkers. He says, all right, if your roaches are across the map, they're not at home to defend. Might be trying to hope to bait this back, but force filling off as natural looks to be the plan.
That's weird. Another Cymex score is going to go down. I guess his plan was to entirely give up the main, so he's prepping for that. But
this is a weird
Bly's
situation.
Actually taking his time. So
okay, full recall. He needs to overcharge something somewhere if he's really going to hold this defense, but unfortunately everything's out of range of it pretty much right now. Moving forward now to start cleaning this up a bit. A couple worker kills on the other side of the map, nothing too crazy. Bly, of course, killing a lot more. Beautiful force field is going to lock these units in, and this should clean this up, but for Bly, he got the damage done. He killed so many workers, and Spine Crawlers being advanced forward. Lava's coming up, but there's nothing in the middle of the map that's really going to go down.
A single probe.
Yeah, this probe.
Bye-bye probe.
Rip.
And it does.
Oh, I didn't know it kills buildings. Pylon goes down too. Oh my god. I assumed
that I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I assumed it. Yeah, killed the pylon. That's ouch. Okay. Well, for Puck, he's trying to push into this. Of course, he doesn't want to lose too much because he doesn't know what could possibly come out of this Nidus Worms. He doesn't know that they're empty. There could be 18 roaches in here waiting for him. One thing you can't always do is force field around the Nidus Worm. It keeps units from unloading, but that's why Bly's got 2 to make sure that that does not happen. Finally pushing into the Spine Crawler. He's been using the shield regeneration mechanic to really keep these stalkers alive longer than he should, but no mining in the main going off whatsoever. He's stuck on 1 base versus Bly's all in on 2.
It was so obvious that Puck decided to give up his main. It's just so funny now because he has 2 Cymex core, and he might even be able to hold the main. That would be insane.
Yeah, Bly with this 1 Spine Crawler chipping away over top of the force fields. Roaches are limited on what they can do because they just don't have the range to compete with this, but man, Puck is making a good use out of a bad situation. Like this is the worst situation that you could be in. Nidus Worms in your main base, 2 of them on top of that. No chance for a counterattack.
He's getting Burrow as well. This will be so hard to deal with. There is no secondary attack. There's no Robo, there's no Stargate. God forbid a Twilight Council goes down right now. Oh, Burrow's going to be... he's not going to be able to stay in the base for too much longer, but Burrow later on is going to be very useful.
Yeah. Now, fortunately, this creep doesn't block out any attack. It's not like it's going to ruin the building placement of anything.
What? Bly, you silly. Don't...
Is he really... Puck's not going to see this.
No. Oh my god.
This is even available. There's only 6. This isn't even going to be worth it.
Yeah, it's going to make the sound. Like, if it was a hidden Nidus, then that makes sense. But...
It's going to drive Puck back. Yeah, look at that. He wanted to move out, but now pull back one more time. The Puck's going to be denied sort of moving out again because, of course, the lava is rising.
Okay, so Bly wants his units in the main so that Burrow finishes and he can just harass all day long. Like, he doesn't think this is going to do too much without that Burrow.
Burrow's
and unfortunately,
8 seconds.
Burrow...
Clean this up.
Wow, that's actually a big deal. A lot was invested into that. I mean, Nidus Worms are actually really expensive.
They're 100, and you cannot cancel them.
Yeah, so that's very unfortunate. If had Burrow been finished, that would have been so great. They just would never been cleaned up.
Puck is so mad at this Overlord, I'm telling you right now. Like, that was the scumbag Overlord. Bly, in the meantime, is taking bases in the bottom left as well as the top right, so really overexpanding here to try and avoid Puck. But Puck, did he see it? No. So he's got the pylon down here next to the base. Creep will eventually give it away, but Massive amounts of links running through the middle of the map. He's got no way to break into Puck's base anymore, is the thing.
Yeah, if he does break in, then he will stay there. The Robo only just now going down, so Observer's way, way off. I gotta say, well, there's a little moment of, downtime. Puck handled that so much better than I expected anyone to.
Anyone else would have probably tapped out there. Like, Puck, this isn't even me, like, trying to suck up and, like, paint him better than he is. Like, Puck did objectively handle that very well. I mean, look at the resources lost, too. Like, that should have been insanely different. And the fact that Bly, we're painting a good picture for Puck, and I don't want to speak too negatively of Bly, but I'm a little shocked he didn't try and focus that main base down. Like, the Nexus is standing. We could have joked Cybercore still standing. I mean, like, I don't know why Bly didn't tear down the main. He could have at any point there.
Puck expected it. Like, that's why he built a second Cybernex core, and the fact that it didn't go down is just probably him going, oh, that's so much better than I thought it would be. He's going to get a free base, well, almost free once that does go down.
He should be able to get this, though, with the 4 Zealots. I don't know, it's going to be close. No,
wait, is this on the low ground?
No, there's no bases on the low ground. That'd be upset.
Okay, good.
Otherwise, Terrans would be OP. You just lift off every lava
I know, right?
expansions, but not going to quite get the base. Just barely not going to get that base. Really unfortunate. I kind of think it would have been better for Puck to have just focused it, but let's take a look at the vision real quick. He doesn't know about the top right base, however.
It's not being, there's no drones over there, so how useful really is it so far? Not too much. He doesn't have too many drones to spread around, though. Only at 48, 13 more are on the way. His main almost mined out, but mutas are on the way. I do not believe Puck has the time to think about scouting. Oh, no, he did scout it.
Yeah, he's got the Phoenixes and twice at a time. He's got air weapons on the way. He's going to once again try and take on this air fight, and I don't know, man. Like, Guardian Shield's good, but it's so hard to fight Mutalisks on your turns.
This is a good number of units for Puck this time, though. The initial attack is really important when you go for Mutalisk, and this one wasn't too strong.
I love the way this map's progressing. We have the best game ever TL versus show on this map. Now we got Puck versus Bly putting on the most entertaining match. I know this is a broken map, and there's absolutely no balance involved with it, but it's still really cool. And I'm just sitting here with a big dumb nerd grin on my face because of that. Mutalisks are going to try and get the mineral line once again to the natural. Good question was asked in chat, and I'm a little bit curious on it too, whether the burrow mechanic lets you avoid the lava surge or not.
I'm going to guess no.
Probably not, but it'd be cool if you could. I mean,
wouldn't that be OP?
What if you burrowed on a bridge? How does that work? There's bridges on this map. Wouldn't you fall through the bridge?
I think people have been asking that for the last 3 years.
Alright, well, Mutalisks going to be harassing once again. For Puck, it's actually really dangerous. If he overextends and goes down his ramp to take the Mutalisks on, they'll die to the lava.
You know how difficult it is to take care of your bases as a Protoss player and consider being reminded of to look at the upper right?
Oh, Phoenixes.
I wouldn't be surprised if Puck chooses to go at a moment where the lava rises and he just slaps himself.
Well, they do give you like a 12-second warning where the adjutant, like that's not just for observers, guys. The players can hear the adjutant go like, warning, incoming lava surge or whatever.
Even still, it's so much effort to defend bases against mutas. It just makes you very scatterbrained. He does push down right now.
This is a good fight though. The Phoenixes get involved. Because Guardian Shield, of course, affects air units, guys, not just ground units. So Mutalisks are going to be chased down in full. Any Impulse Crystals is done. If you can keep the Mutalisks count low now before Corruptors come out, this is how Puck can take on this army. Dancing around so well with this, and the Mutalisks have just dwindled. Last time Bly, of course, had an absurd amount, but 14 have been killed so far. Corruptors are out, but not quite available just yet. So they're so far away from these... there we go. Now getting involved with the fight.
Puck just had such advanced notice. Having everything pretty much ready by the time the Mutas attacked is so great for a Protoss player. Now, unfortunately, he's got to start worrying about the ground army. There's no Colossus. There's no Splash. A huge swell of Lynx could probably take on this army.
The base should go down, though, because you got to remember this one in the lower left is so incredibly low from the attack earlier. Bly never invested too much into it because of that specifically, but... Ooh, some Lynx do slip past the wall. There's nothing in the force field, or nothing on the wall to keep that in. Puck evacuating to the main completely. Going to try and focus down on the Mutalisks instead of the Corruptors. Love that he's actually focused firing. And the Corruptor count's so low, even though the Phoenixes do such low damage to them, they will actually kill the Corruptors. He might lose his base, and that really sucks, because he's playing off one base economy now, but he knocks down this base in the lower left of Bly, no problem.
Again, Puck does not know about that upper right base, nor the middle right base, so he's still under the impression Bly's been on 3 bases. This has been mining for quite some time. Well, is there anything on the low ground?
Well, you better get evacuated immediately.
So careful.
Sorry. The Mutalisks,
okay, it's not gonna happen.
The Mules are going to take a pretty decent fight down here, but the Guardian Shield going to help Puck trade a little bit better. Once the Time Warp, okay, a Desperation Time Warp, I guess. But let's see, once that pylon completes, he'll have the reinforcements he needs to keep pushing and keep pressuring. But as you said, the biggest thing when we look at Puck's vision, he doesn't know about the additional bases of Bly. And there's a huge Spinecrawler clump at the top of this ramp waiting for Puck.
That is a great position for that. That ramp is going to be so hard to go up to. Even more going down, knowing the counterattack is the only thing Puck really has to win this game, as he knows the natural is not being taken. There's a burrowed Ling right there, no observer on the field, just morphing in a cannon right now. Oh, that's not even a cannon in position to scout that, so never mind.
Yeah, it's in the main. Puck, if he knew about these extra bases, he can knock them down, right? The defense isn't there, and if Bly's stuck on 2 bases, it's not too much different than Puck being stuck on 1. That being said, Puck's army here is, there's just no way to take on those spines, and he's not scouting. There's no reason for him to, but I really wish he would. Oh, Puck tries to expand too, by the way. Again, burrowed Zergling will block out the space for a moment. Quite irritating. Then, oh god, a Nidus Worm coming into the natural base of Puck.
It's not going to get up, I think.
Yeah,
Zealot's pretty good.
I panicked. I got excited. I thought there was more roaches or something behind us. Even if it completed, 11 roaches is not that scary. The Phoenixes could actually deal with them.
Yeah. I guess the Robo it was either canceled when he saw the mutas or killed. Because I could have expected an Observer by now, but unfortunately not the case. No one had Oracle.
Yeah.
Oracles are so hard to keep with your army or like survive even without your army, right? Like you definitely want an invisible Observer more so.
Puck's got a Phoenix he's kind of forgotten about in the middle of the map. Now rejoins up with the army, finds this base from Bly that's mining. I'm going to get every drone here, no problem. No defense whatsoever to hold this. And of course the Mules can't engage into the Phoenixes.
Oversight right there.
I like the Plasma Shield investment too from Puck. This of course will benefit all units, not just ground, not just air.
Oh.
What?
I thought I heard something and I was wrong, so never mind. The roaches aren't going to do too much. They do burrow.
Detection, man. Something Puck definitely needs to.
Yes, they definitely. They're just outside the cannon vision, so that kind of sucks. Twilight Counts is on the way. I guess he's gonna invest into some blink.
You know, with the amount of Zerg units that have been hitting Puck around this upper right, I'm surprised he hasn't scouted the top right, though. I mean, the sensation is either that Bly is moving incredibly long distance around the map every single time, or he's got a base somewhere.
It's so difficult to think about it when
Where did that Nidus come down?
The third.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go.
Just a reinforcement point at this stage. Mutas are really, really scary. The Corruptors are in scary count. The Muta's not that scary to take on the entire army. Just have to run away from that.
There might not be a lot of Stalkers on the low ground, but they're going to do great at helping keep the Corruptors back. The Corruptors never want to engage into this, and of course, a couple hits do go off here or there. Roche is going to move forward here a little bit. Can he Graviton beam them before they burrow is the question. The inland looks like nope.
This must be so annoying for Puck.
This is Bly playing with just infuriating tactics.
Oh, he scouts it. Yay! That's a lot later than he would have loved to, though.
Immediately, Spinecrawler is coming down. Puck definitely in a desperate situation, guys, to say the least, but he's still handling it quite well. Army supply's not too far behind, and of course the Corruptors are going to technically be useless if the Phoenixes are all dead. Another Lava Surge coming.
Nothing on the low ground to kill.
Alright, well, Mules are actually getting picked off quite a bit here. Guardian Shield is going to be fought with, but unfortunately the Phoenixes are not staying within it. Can he thin out the Mules enough is going to be the big question. The soccer count looks like it's dwindled, and the sentries are about to go down without any anti-air and only Zealots to stand. These Phoenixes are really Puck's only chance to stay in this game.
Yeah, and even if Bly loses all of his army, he traded his army for Puck's army, and that bodes well for Bly. With 5 bases now, a pretty good drone economy. 57 not the greatest, but still much better than Puck's. It's kind of game over either way.
Well, last couple Corruptors going down and Strift Phoenix is being pumped. I mean, hey, I'm not trying to paint this to be better than it is. I mean, it's 139 supply to 42. Bly's got control of the map, but Puck looks like he will tap out. Good game is called. Bly 3-0. 1 game away from victory. Can he get the clean sweep, or can Puck bring him back? We'll find out in a moment's time, guys.